Guys, it's Rick. I'm back for Pixi Dust Designs today, and we are going to make a super cute Easter scene slimline card. So for my card, we are going to use the Chick Mug die set, and these are my cardstocks, and just so happens they coordinate with the March Pixi Dust Designs color challenge. So I've laid all my dies out and put them on my cardstock. And I'm going to run those through my die cutting machine. I'm going to put all my little pieces for each chick over in a little container. And I'm just going to pick those out and put each one of those in there. I'm actually going to do this 3 times, but don't worry. I'm not going to show y'all all 3. I'm going to cut most of these off screen for y'all. I'm just going to show you one on screen. So I've just picked out all my little pieces. I started with the eggs and the little candies and everything first and the little body parts. So I've cut those off. There's my little mug. I've cut it from yellow cardstock. And now I'm going to end up cutting it again, laying everything out for the next round. And I've just alternated the colors between the colors from the designs. I did go back and add, after I got everything cut out and put in individual little bowls, and cut out the little coffee or tea, whatever you want to use for the inside of the mug. I've cut that 3 times, and now we're going to come back and put our die set away. And I'm going to flip it over, and you can see on the back of the packaging, it shows you exactly how to put it together, how it needs to look. So I've cut that. I've separating all my parts and pieces into the different ways, and I'm going to start gluing this together. So I'm going to start off with the eye. I thought that was easiest. So I've taken the little black pupil and the eyelashes, and I've layered that onto a piece of the cream cardstock, and I'm going to do the little bow for her little bow, and I'm just going to attach that to the bottom of the little tails, and have my little centerpiece. And you would think Rick would know better than to have just tweezers and not have a little pickup tool. Don't worry, I found my pickup tool. So I'm going to take and put the little top of the mug together and put that on top of our mug. It's like a little robin's egg. It's like a broken egg, and the little cheek is picking out. So I'm going to take this. This is going to be a little girl mug. So I've put her little bow in her on top where her hair, where it would be her hair. I'm going to put in her little eyes. And then I'm going to take and put in her little buttons for her outfit. And all these are part of the die set. I'm only using this one die set for this whole thing. Besides the sentiment, I did pull in an additional stamp set. All right, these little rickrack looking pieces are part of one of the decorations for the Easter egg. So I've decided that I wanted to put that on to her little outfit to give it a little bit more of a something something. And I've done the little feet in cream and the little beak in cream on this one, but I decided at the end I don't really like it after I got it together, so I'm going to end up fixing that, and I'll show you how I did that. Excuse me. Now I'm going to put her little eyebrows on. I was going to say eyelashes, but they're already there. So I've got my little chick put together. Now I've come in with just a hoo-hoo marker and just an orange shade, and I'm just going to color right over my little feet and her little beak, and I'm going to be super careful and not get it on my other cardstock. And the great part about that is because the dies are etched, you kind of pick up those lines underneath with the marker. Now this is my little boy mug. So I've done it in a darker teal bluish colored cardstock, and the base is that cream. We're going to put our little coffee up at the top, and then we're going to attach that to the top of our mug. I've already done my other little girl. You can see her peeking out at the top up there. And then we're going to put his little eyes on. That's why I have the packaging off to the left-hand side where you can't see it anymore. That way I can see exactly what goes where. And that's a great thing. So I'm going to put his little feet and then just put his little beak on. We're going to put his little bow tie on next. This die set is so cute. Ever since I saw it, I had this card idea in my mind. And you know how when you have an idea, you just have to do it. Now, the little dots that I just put on, they actually came from one of the Easter egg centers. So now I've taken and got everything assembled. I'm coming back and cutting off any excess, like my little rickrack on her little outfit and the rickrack on the egg that I put together. I'm kind of laying this out how I want them to be. There is my slimline card base, just white cardstock. And I've cut down my focal panel just from a little piece of white. I think this is Nina Solar White cardstock. And then I've got a piece of just that same yellow cardstock that we use for the chicks. And I've done that as my mat. I'm going to take a stencil from my stash that is clouds. And I'm using some salvage patina oxide ink to blend that on my little clouds. And if you have a die, you could make your own stencil with one of the dies from Pixi Dust Designs. I'm going to do 3 layers of clouds right here on this, and then we're going to add our little grasses. So there's my second layer of clouds. I'm flipping that stencil around to get a different one. And I'm going to put the last layer of my clouds on, and I'm going to come in with just the ink that's left on the brush and soften that bottom row of clouds so it's not just white and floating in air. Now I've got this grass stencil. I'm going to come in. I'm using what is this color? Twisted Citron. Duh. For my first layer of grass, remember when you're doing anything atmospheric, if it's lighter in the background, that means it's further away. The darker something is, it means it's closer towards you. All right, so I'm using Rustic Wilderness right here. Or no, I'm sorry, Lucky Clover. And you'd think I could line this up where you would not see that, but I'm going to show you how to fix it where it doesn't have that gap. I'm just going to take the Twisted Citron that I still have on my brush and just blend right over that second layer. And it gets rid of that white line. Now I'm going to pop this into my Misty and lay in my little cups where I can figure out where my sentiment is going to go. And the sentiment is from the Easter Bunny stamp set. So I've just got that in there. I'm going to just arrange it. I'm going to lay it out. And I can pull my little cups out. And then I'm going to prep my stamp because I hadn't used this particular stamp. I'm going to stamp this down in VersaFine Claire Nocturne ink. And I did have to stamp it a couple times because my magnet, it keeps getting in the way. Heaven forbid if I take the dang thing out. So we just are going to stamp that a couple times to get a nice impression. I still needed a little bit, and I'll show you how I fix that. I think I show y'all. Anyway, I'm going to take that layer and mat it onto my yellow cardstock. I'm going to take that and put it on my slimline card base. And if you're looking for the dimensions, I will have these on my personal blog post that coordinates with this card. So we're going to rearrange our little mugs and decide what's going to go on front, what's going to go behind, and then we can start attaching these down. So I'm going to go ahead and attach my first little girl mug that you didn't see off screen. I did her in pink with a blue bow. And then I've got my little boy chick mug here, his little cream color, and then my other little chick mug in her little blue outfit with the rick-rack. And then I came in with a gel pen, a black gel pen, and just filled in what wasn't stamped very well. All right, I'm going to cut off the excess that's hanging over the card. And then I'm going to come in with all those Easter eggs and candies that I use. Oh, well, we're going to add highlights first. Y'all about the detail. Gotta have some detail work. So I'm just coming in with my white gel pen, adding in my little highlights. I just think that adds a little bit more to your card, especially when you're just using die cuts. It adds just that little extra oomph and pop to your die cuts where it makes them stand out a little bit more and makes people wonder, how in the heck did you do that? So we're going to finish off adding our little highlights. I had a little mush there that I had to get off. I am going to pull in an eraser and clean that off. Right here, it's just a white eraser. It's just got the glue off that was stick there. So I'm going to knock all that off. And this is where Rick should have waited on this part. I came in with my Stardust stickles and glittered up the two girls' bows. And then I come in with my orange stickle and go over their, I did it to the inside of all their pupils of their eyes, the white little highlights. I added some sparkle to that with my Stardust stickles. And then I come in, I was going to decide if I wanted to use it on his bow tie, but I decided not to. I'm just making sure that's nice and covered. And I'm going to come in with a little orange stickle and add little highlights to their feet. So, we got a little glitter on their feet too. Why not? All right, so I'm just going to, I did a little too much. I added a little to their beak. And I come back and I changed my mind on that one because I decided I liked the way I did this one better. I just did little lines, so I'm going to come back and do that after I wiped off the other ones and just add some little lines right there. And then we're going to add some pops of color in our coordinating colors. And I don't remember exactly what color this is now. But anytime you use any kind of liquid embellishment like this, you're going to put it on, make sure you squeeze it off first and make sure it's all in there. You're going to kind of tilt. See how I did that circular motion? And I'm tapping it onto my base. That's going to make everything flatten out so it doesn't have those weird little peaks on them. So you're just going to take and put it down, do that little twisty motion, and then you're going to tap them on your desk. Now after, this is, like I said, Rick should have waited, but he didn't. I decided to do that before. I should have put my eggs in the inside. So I'm just going to line my little Easter eggs along the bottom edge of my card. And I'm going to line those around all the way across that bottom and then add my little candies. So I think they're candies. These little round circle things, I'm pretty sure they're just some kind of like Lindt, like chocolate thingies, truffles. That's what I'm calling them anyway. But I did the eggs in different, cut them out of the same patterns. I did some in just plain cardstock. And I'm going to add my little circles. I only had room for 2 of those. So I have an extra one that I can use on a different project. And there is my card. You can see more information on the blog. And if you like this video, you're probably going to like the one coming up next. And I will see you in the next video. And here is a closer look of the card. Bye guys. Love you. Stay crafty.